Welcome to Coyote Creek in Fort Lupton. This neighborhood is conveniently located 30 minutes from Denver, 30 minutes from Boulder, and 20 to 30 minutes from Greeley. We're going to be looking at some homes today from Century Communities. They're one of my favorite builders out here in northern Colorado. One of the things that I've found is they've got a mix of neighborhoods that they have in more developed areas, and then areas that are a little bit more on the outskirts and secondary and tertiary markets. The thing that I really like about Century Communities is that a lot of these homes are offered at true entry level home, first time home buyer prices, but they tend to feel a lot nicer than a typical entry level home. They have, really thoughtfully designed floor plans, nicer finishes inside of the homes, powder bathrooms, just things that you wouldn't necessarily expect to find in a typical true starter home. This first home that we're going to check out is an Empress plan. This is the largest model that's available in the neighborhood. This goes for from the low to mid fives. It's a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, just under 1,800 square feet. So we'll take you inside. As we come into the home, the first thing you have is a powder bath, which is really nice for guests. One of the things that I noticed in here, I actually used the restroom before I started filming this video, which I think is pretty cool, is if you look up here, you can see that's where the stairs are above you. But when you're using the restroom, it doesn't feel like that much, it doesn't feel like you're confined, but it's just an example of how Century Community designers are being super strategic about their use of space. That a lot of people would consider that dead space in that area, but it's actually getting used. So now as we step into the home, here's your door to the garage. You walk into your living room, and then your open concept dining and kitchen area. Now this is a really cool flow in here, and one of the things that I like that you'll notice with Century homes is that you actually have a true dining space that's right next to your kitchen. This isn't a small dining table. These chairs aren't really all that small in their profile, but you still have a clear pathway here to walk through between your dining area and your bar top. Then as we come into the kitchen, you'll notice really nice features. White countertops, white cabinets, contrasting hardware, a beautiful sink, nice stove, a pantry in that corner over there, stainless steel appliances, and then even more storage in this closet right here. Didn't get that in this previous take, but just want to show you how big this pantry is. This is a really, really, really nice size pantry for a home that's under 1,800 square feet and that's going to be around $500,000. As we step outside in the backyard, you'll notice that these backyards are a really nice size. This is another phenomenal feature for a home that's this size. Typically on an 1,800 square foot home in northern Colorado, if you have a backyard that's half this size, you're doing really well. So for it to be this big is a really phenomenal feature. So one of the things you'll notice is I talked about where the island and the dining table was and how that kind of works really well together. This is a nice size sectional right here, and it doesn't feel cramped in this room. Part of that is the high ceilings, but part of it is just really the strategic design that Century Communities has and how they lay out their floor plans. So upstairs, we have a loft, laundry room, 3 bedrooms, and 2 bathrooms. This is a great sized loft. And this is a really good use of space. You have one kind of area to your loft over here, and then you have another desk area over here. And then behind us over here is the laundry room space, which also then conveniently has your utilities here as well. Before we continue on, I want to show you one more thing, and that's right here. This is a continuous hot water heater. This costs the builder about another $1,500 to put in versus a regular hot water heater, but it means if you have multiple people showering, one after another after the next, or you're taking a long bath, you don't have to worry about running out of hot water, which is a phenomenal feature to have. So then we've got these 2 bedrooms here. These are the secondary bedrooms. This is a nice sized bedroom with a queen bed. So you got some good room in here. And then the real deal with this bedroom, it's on a little bit on the smaller side, is you have this massive walk-in closet in here, which is great for storage. As we walk into the second bedroom, you'll notice it's a little bit bigger. does have a normal size closet, but really is a light and fresh and really nice size space. As we head back, this is the secondary bathroom that supports the 2 bedrooms. You'll notice a nice storage area, a double vanity, which is awesome because you have 2 bedrooms worth of people using this bathroom. And then you've got a water closet with your shower tub in here. Nice that you have a tub upstairs. And then also you have this door so that if somebody needs to be getting ready out here in the vanity area while another person is showering or using the restroom, they can have privacy doing that, making it so multiple people can be using the restroom at the same time. As we continue into the primary bedroom, you'll see it's a nice size. This is a king size bed with 2 nice size vanities. You got a great window here. You have mountain views out this direction right now, which are beautiful. Got room for a dresser. And then this is the real money maker here. For a house that's this size and this price, that you get this big of a bathroom, nice size shower, double vanity, linen closet, water closet with its own window, so natural light, and then a nice sized walk-in closet. Thanks for coming with me to tour the Empress by Century Communities here in Coyote Creek. We're going to go check out some of the other homes that they have and hopefully show you one that's under construction. Welcome to the Cypress plan by Century Communities in Coyote Creek. This is a special house because this one has sold, but shout out Manny and Andrew in the sales office for letting me come in here and film it and show you guys what a Cypress looks like. This is the smallest unit or floor plan that they have in this neighborhood. It's just under 1,500 square feet, still a 3, 2.5, but you'll notice some of the areas are a little bit tighter. The thing that's really nice about this house is these homes go for about $450,000, so incredibly budget friendly, especially for a single family home where you have 3 bedrooms. So we'll go and check it out. As we come inside, one of the things you'll notice is a really pretty elegant style. Light colors. It's not like somebody puked neutral gray everywhere. You've got these more tannish floors. You do have a powder room, which is a really nice feature. Now, before we started this video, I walked the house to make sure I understood the floor plan. Got a little bit of paint on my hands. So what this house is actually at a stage between the orientation walk and the closing walk. And one of the things you do on that orientation walk is you identify minor deficiencies with the house, areas where like the paint has been scratched off or a piece of trim has an opening. Mine take a little bit longer than the typical realtor or typical like orientation walk because I'm really strict about the things that I see. But one of the things that I love about Century Communities is I'm never worrying about fighting with superintendents where they say, oh, that's like within our guidelines, that's good enough. They're always like, the house is new, it's got to be nice, we want it done right. They really treat you like something you would expect to find at more of a semi-custom level than this true entry-level price point. So one of the things you'll notice is some like caulk and paint guns and ladders and stuff like that in the house. That's because they're actively working on the things that kind of came out of that punch list. So as we step in, this is your great room. This is your living, dining, and kitchen space. And you'll notice that there's not an island here, but it still then allows you to have a dining room area over here and a living room area off to the side. You'll notice, nice white counters, white cabinets, stainless steel appliances. So for a $450,000 house, it's a really nice finish level. As we head out into the backyard, this backyard is still in progress. So you'll notice that the rock has been put in, but the grass, this dirt area right here, has not been finished yet. That's because they're going to put grass in here for the homeowner. Some builders do base backyards. Other builders don't do backyards. Sometimes you can negotiate in a backyard being finished for you. But they'll be waiting until the weather gets warmer to lay sod, so the sod actually has the capacity to sit in and grow correctly. So one of the other things that's nice is you might notice that there's not a ton of storage in the kitchen, there really is a pretty good amount of uppers, but because you don't have an island, you still do have this really nice size pantry, especially for the size of the home. And then this, you have another closet in here, and then you also have a crawl space that if you look down in, covers is below the whole main floor of the house. And it's a really nice size, and you can tell that that's pretty clean down there actually. As we step into the garage, you'll notice tall ceilings in a really nice size 2-car garage. The other thing that I want to feature here is one of the things that Century Homes does is they have smart garage door openers. So you don't have to do this, but if you do want to, you can get the MyQ app, which lets you then have an actual app on your phone where you can open and close the garage door from an app. Super convenient if you're away from the home and you need to let somebody inside. As we head upstairs, one of the things you'll notice is there's some stuff on the carpet. That's because they're actively working on the punch list in the house. This is actually where I got my wet paint stain little place on my hand, so don't touch the rail, honey. You got your utility closet, tankless hot water heater, little landing area, not super usable space up here, but nice because you don't feel cramped as you're coming upstairs, and this kind of feels airy and open. This is your first secondary bedroom. Really pretty nice size, especially for the size of the home. You will notice that, on an 1,800 or a 2,200 square foot home, bedrooms get a little bit bigger, living rooms get a little bit bigger, lofts get added in, so you kind of have to take spaces from places. But Century Communities is really mindful about making it so that room can still fit a queen bed. Now we're going to step into this secondary bathroom. In here, you'll notice the single vanity saves a little bit of space, toilet, and then the shower tub combo. Doesn't feel tight at all in here, and is really like the design elements. You kind of continue to see lots of white and lots of bright airiness. And then this is the final, secondary guest bedroom. Another really, actually, this one's even bigger than the first one. Nice size, with a nice sized closet too. So as we continue upstairs, you got a nice laundry room. You can tell that this is a little bit tighter than some of the other laundry rooms we've seen, but this is a house that's under 1,500 square feet, has a true devoted laundry room, and has the shelf above, which is really nice. Now as we step into the primary bedroom, got to step over this real fast because they're working on this stuff. Come in, really nice sized primary bedroom, nice extra closet space right here, and then beautiful massive windows which bring in tons of natural light. As we come into the primary bathroom, you'll notice the double vanities, storage for the linens, and then an additional closet space. And then you also have, stand-up shower that's nice and a water closet. This might feel like kind of a tight bedroom or a tight bathroom, but compared to like the bathroom that me and my wife share at our house that's a little bit older, this is actually a really, really nice size. So the new construction homes, they really are, even on these a lot smaller models, prioritizing putting as much space into the primary suite as they possibly can. Thanks for touring the Cypress with me. We're going to go check out some homes that are under construction here in this neighborhood. So give us a minute while we go get our hard hats on, and we'll see you over there. So I want to show you guys one of these homes as it's under construction. This is actually the same Empress model, which is the model home that we saw at the beginning of the tour. This gives me a pretty cool chance to kind of show the level of detail and what Century Communities is doing here with these homes. So as you can see up here, you can actually see the stairs and then where that wall is going to be placed that I highlighted in the powder room. That's a great use of space right here. You've got the garage off to our side, and you'll notice, the electrical work, the plumbing work, and most of the mechanical HVAC work has been completed. So they're getting ready to come in here and drywall essentially as their next step. This is actually the pre-framing for the island. That's where the pantry is going to go. And then you have the backyard here. Doesn't even have the concrete step out here yet. But if you look out there and you see that stake that's got the green at the bottom and the white at the top, that's where the corner lot goes to, over there. So this home is actually going to have a fireplace in it. You can see that this is pre-framed out for the fireplace. And then as we head upstairs, this is where the laundry room is. And then you've got the mechanical closet. This has actually been pre-drywalled out before they put the mechanical unit in. And this actually acts as a level of fireproofing for the house. You've got your loft, your two different bedrooms, the walk-in closet, the regular closet, the bathroom. Now I want to show you something cool that the builders will do with these bathrooms. They currently have this tub. If you look in here, it's got water in it and got some other stuff too. But this is actually a test that they're running to make sure that the bathtub is able to hold water before they put all the drywall up and all the tile up around it, to make sure that they don't have to rip all that out later. So this is the primary bedroom right here. And then one of the cool things about the primary suites, seeing them before they're drywalled, before they have insulation, is you can just tell how big this is. I mean, this is the size that's bigger than most bedrooms. And this is where the primary suite is. You have the closet, water closet, vanity, shower, and linen closet right here. Thank you for coming with me and checking out this home that's under construction. It's really, really cool when you get the opportunity to walk into these and see the level of detail places and what's happening in these homes before they're built. Okay, so I got my hard hat off. And then as we're driving back out, I realized we were driving only a couple minutes away from the Fort Lupton Rec Center. Massive facility, over 100-foot water slide, lazy river, indoor pool, gym, everything you would want in a rec center, literally 2-3 minutes away from when we left the neighborhood. So thank you so much for watching my Coyote Creek by Century Communities home tour. We look forward to seeing you on the next one.